expect to find it.
Alighting atop the stairs, you see figures pushing against the stone door, gradually pushing their weight into it, cracking the seal so old as they scrape open.
Here it is, Red. Take a long look.
What are we looking at? What is this?
This is it. The end. Cataclysm. Dead fucking center.
Is this as close as anyone can get to the Cataclysm then, to where it started?
We're the only ones that have gotten this close.
Stepping upon the edge of the ledge, you would feel the world around you shimmer in a completely different way to the changing of these dreams. This is something completely different, as even within the dream you feel yourself stepping through some sort of threshold.
Behind.
Seems things are beyond my control once more.
Another malfunction.
An echo. An echo. What was stability?
All of a sudden, in the space, that feeling of ill-ease, of magic being fluctuating, of being inconsistent, fades in an instant, replaced by a feeling of absolute magic, overwhelming, overflowing, without limit.
This is what I've been looking for.
That's what I was thinking as well. The Cataclysm. This was the Sundering.
This is what remains. Pocket. Singular pocket of stability. One of many, but the first.
I've been to one before, but
You found another one before?
I only ever found one. Last night.
Right.
There's another. I suppose.
God. After seeing this, there's only one word that I can use to describe magic in Aether. Well, two.
Broken.
Utterly broken. Mangled.
Things my way.
Mm.
This is where my research has been leading, and Nox, I'm very, very glad to have met you.
Mm.
It's appreciated.
Thank you as well. Mm.
That's where he is. Whatever's left of the man I knew as Triarius is through that door.
Presumably still within this pocket of stability.
Yes.
Sorry, too many words I don't know. What are you talking about?
The man in the margins of my notes, Triarius. The man who wished to fix all of this. Apparently he had changed. Grotesquely changed. It has been sealed away in there. Whence I am to find all these pockets of stability and release them. For it to face what's left of him.
When you say release them, how do you mean?
And thus, we wind it all the way back to Acronero. The final stop. Albeit 2 days ago.
Well, you said you stabilized or restored the magic there, yes?
In a sense, I found what was powering the
Not like
Nexus.
this, though.
No,
Hmm.
we had wandered and stumbled upon what was under Acronero. Pipes and prisons. I even found this funny little thing. He's holding up the skull Jaro.
What you would see
A what?
looks like a skull. Old and bleached white with time. Within the slightly open mouth, you would see some sort of crystal embedded into the roof of the mouth.
Odd trinket, what's it do?
Oh no.
Hmm.
It was a puzzle, actually. I just took it. Seems to have some sort of effect, though.
Yet another mystery, fair enough.
Now, I give you the option here. I can either show you the walk, or I can show you the end. It's a little bit... It's a short walk through the sewers, there at least. It's quite small. Or I can just take you to the end.
Halifax, I'll leave it up to you.
We can only do one.
Walk, or...
Well, I'm asking you. You're the ones being dragged along my mind.
What
Sorry,
do you
if
think,
it's a walk.
Halifax? Are you up for more of a walk, or do you want to take
Short
us straight to
walk.
the...
Won't be
For a
much
walk.
long.
Alright,
Alright, then...
walk it is.
As you turn, Nox, there is a
Go.
shuddering of this space, sharply, as you see a figure step through the door where you entered. The familiar figure of Valamir, followed by 3, 4 companions. You look about this space and you see seats set along the sides, 6 of them, each one with someone else sitting in them, and behind you, a throne, elaborate. On it, you see a corpse, or it looks like it. It shifts, it moves. 1 minute it's a person, the next it's a body, the next it's something completely different. Before the thrumming that you felt from that crystal fades, and everything returns to as it was.
And all remained was ash and smears on the ground.
Hmm.
To be clear,
6
have you
smears.
been here before? To this particular place, or is this an echo that you've not seen
I was here.
once?
I was here. But with what I touched, I am getting insight that isn't mine. If you can believe it, I once held a shard of divinity. An interesting thing.
A shard of divinity.
This is what I call it.
Stepping
What
forward, you
is
see
that?
mark upon the floor. The one you remember so vividly from when you first entered here. The stone scorched to the point of melting and having cracked back into place. The outline of a body gone completely. charred beyond just ash, beyond dust, but to nothing.
I couldn't tell you. It's all so new.
Fair enough.
And as you step through, everything shifts one last time. As a very recent memory begins to take shape around you.
One last run. One last jaunt. One more. Seem familiar?
Wait, that can't be.
Ring City, you said. It's not the same, is it?
We're below the dragon. Obviously, that doesn't make no sense. That was water. I saw the bottom. I swam through it, but nevertheless, here we are. Stability under Acronero. Which powers that?
By that you mean the Nexus.
The Nexus.
This is what keeps the Nexus going. This is something that can bridge the gap between...
Such a wonderful sight.
I don't think we'll ever actually be able to do it. Fix magic, I mean. You're the
What
only
kind
one
of question
who
is
sees
that?
this. That's an honest one. You're the
Yes.
closest person who I hope so.
I've seen a lot. Learned a lot over the months. No, is it worth it? Say this. My knowledge knows no bounds. Its infinite expanse to learn and grow. An oxymoron, I know, but... But of course, it wasn't just an empty space. It was a prison.
Of what?
The last living dragon.
Some kind of true dragon, then.
Believe it or not, he was in more of a demi form. Small, scaled skin. There was a stop we didn't go to, and I can't take you there, unfortunately. It's a bit late. It's an island that believed a black dragon was living. The cults. Ah, there they are. Seems it's trying to get past me. Before the cataclysm, he was there. It turns out that man Valimir, hunted his kin. So they've come to an accord. He knows completely how to fix it. Where to go when it's all ready. And simply must help him gain his revenge. Gamble, I know.
request. So I suppose the
Yeah.
question would be, how far does that revenge extend?
Hmm.
He's the only one left. So not very far.
You will burn for this.
Locked for thousands and thousands and thousands of years to stare at a corpse of kin. Many scales we found on our journeys plucked, kept in acid. It was ingenious, actually. Kept in acid, baked into glass. The perfect thing to keep it through time. Something that couldn't melt, singe away. So it stayed perfect. Black dragon scales. What else would it be to do but stare?
Why didn't...
Never saw that. Make the quip. Make the quip of you never get used to falling in your dreams. I mean, there's no point in not trying, right?
Sure.
Sure.
On your mark. Hmm.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But right, the ending.
I've
The ending you all wanted to hear. And the very place that all stability was is falling apart at the seams. And so, by action, my glove removed the crystal I had held the entire time in my glove. I let it free. And there it went. So, a burst of magic flew through the land. At least I think. And that is how I returned on the day of Julian's wedding.
You've been very, very busy.
Yes, I have been. I've seen a lot.
man.
Yeah.
Something with the ability to...
More you don't see.
Hmm?
I always think it's over, but the remnant, that shard, keeps playing things and I can't even feel it anymore.
Yes, I saw that streak of light.
That's no streak of light. That's the thing.
Hmm.
Winged creature.
Mhm.
The one that looks like
Wings of gold, I think. So small, but
Hmm.
so interesting. So interesting what you find when nobody will ever see again.
That thing was looking out for you?
What the? That? No. I can only assume
Hmm.
this is the dragon that we saw here. I don't know for sure. It's my first time seeing
Hmm.
that.
Okay.
But that's what you get through the context clue. Wait a second. I couldn't do what I actually wanted. Never got a chance to look at these modes. Never got a chance to read these ones. But they're still here.
Hmm.
Can actually look at these. I almost forgot that. What instructions did they have apply?
Looking upon the runes, Nox, you see that your mind fabricates what it does not have the answer to. Many of the things that you read being iterations of what you have read before in the other runes, in other places, in old texts that talk of places like this, an amalgamation of your vast knowledge. As if your mind is trying to fill in the gaps.
Okay, perhaps I'm slightly greedy then. Alright.
Hmm.
So some knowledge will just be forgotten. Can't have it all.
so this place is no more open.
I don't think I could get back to it if that's what you're asking.
Hmm.
Shame.
Yeah.
My goal is one of the world, one that most of the people of Aether will never see. I don't think they'd ever be able to fix it. Because they too much rely on what is, to me, a crutch. They would never be able to fix it properly. But of course, there's more to this place than just my story. There are few that have come and gone to this place. I believe that Garrick was here. He is fighting a war. Stupid man. Of course on war's behest, obviously. But he is facing off against armies as a mercenary leader. At least that's what I've gotten from the debriefs.
Hmm.
I was truthful at the beginning, by the way. I just wanted to see if I could fix it. However, my goal, when it reached the ear's ward, it shifted slightly. To help him, at least.
Hmm.
War is coming. It's been brewing for a good while here, and well, his people are gonna lose. However, it'd be an awful shame if you were up against people who could call upon magic. That would be rather one-sided, don't you think?
Clearly.
one-sided. I am very sad Ava couldn't be here to see this. I could, of course, recreate it. It'd probably just be myself. My brain wouldn't be able to keep up with it. Put so much effort into that spell, I don't know if I can do it anytime soon. If I could, it'd be a miracle.
It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
And perhaps I'll discuss with my psyche later if when this could be repeated. But then I'd probably grab some more people, so it's not just a one-on-one, to make it fair for others.
Mm.
Those who are curious. Perhaps I'll
Almost
bring
as
them
if on
on all the
cue,
Belmonts.
discussing the stresses of the spell, you see that moment in time. The crystal drawn into whatever that mechanism is, as the place around you begins to shake and to crumble around you, falling apart piece by piece until you
Start
are
running.
standing in open air, walking upon it as if it was very much real. All that remains is a blue glow.
You know, you still didn't tell me what that crystal was.
Hmm.
I suppose-
Even I don't know myself.
And just
Let's
like
fucking
that,
go!
our jaunt through the psyche is concluded.
Holy hell. I was not
It is
expecting
bad.
that.
It has been quite the adventure, not just poor